What's up guys, this is Andrew and welcome to Motorcycles Off-Road. In this Friday's video, I want to talk to you guys about my top 5 dual sport items you didn't know you wanted or needed. These are items I've discovered in the past year, and these items have made my dual sport life a lot better and in fact a lot easier. In this video, I'm going to break down the items, give you a little review of them, and give you a justified explanation on why I think you should be buying them as well. I've been riding for a really long time, and I feel in the past 10 years companies have really been getting behind motorcycles and off-road riding. It's really great because there was always a market for products like this, and to see so much innovation popping up shows the companies are really starting to get it. I mean, up until recently, the best dual sport backpack was actually a snowmobile backpack, and kind of terrible in hot weather anyway. Also, that being said, 4 out of the 5 items here are not name brand and are rather inexpensive. But let's get on to my number 1. By the way, all these products can be found in my Amazon store, which I'll be linking below, but of course, at least listen to my justification and what makes these products so awesome and why they're a must-have. Number 1 is an amazing product and a game changer. When I go out for dual sport rides, I'm usually out for like 8 to 10 hours at a time. So I need a way to carry specific tools as well as plenty of water. I found the Climb Arsenal 15 to be the most amazing dual sport backpack you can find. So let me explain. This is not just a high price backpack. Everything here has some thought behind it and has been put together to better your life. One of the biggest things you'll notice straight away is this foam material on the back that's underneath the mesh webbing that pushes the backpack just a little bit off your back. So you have tons of airflow. No more hot and sweaty back from a full day of riding. This is a huge deal. I've had lots of bags in the past, and wearing this one feels like I have like a breeze going up and down my spine. It's amazing. Also, the huge pockets up front are great for batteries or your phone, and it has a 3-liter water supply. You have a big goggle pouch with a goggle wipe built into it, another compartment with a pretty useful tool pouch, as well as a bunch of other pockets, and a large adjustable portion on the back in which you could secure parts of your bike that break off, let's say a fender or a piece of plastic, etc. It'll strap down and cinch to it. The backpack clips just below your chest line, and it seems very secure even when I'm going over whoops or bumps. This backpack has been awesome. I feel it is on the pricier side, but this is the one and the only one I will need for the next 5 to 10 years. So I think it's definitely worth it. And I also should note that this is the 15-liter bag. They also do make a 30-liter bag, but I feel that probably fits the niche for camping and stuff like that. For me, for day rides, this is the perfect size, and it's not bulky, and it feels like I'm not wearing anything. It's weightless. I love it. All right, gear item number 2 is this particular air pump. I love this thing. It's so useful. This pump is small, light, digital. It works great. So if you ride on multiple different types of terrain, you know that lowering your PSI is a very crucial and important thing. I ride a ton of sand, and if you try to approach sand anywhere close to road pressure, you're going to have a really long bad day. I run 10 PSI, and if I was to ride the motorcycle, 20 or 30 minutes to get to the spot on 10 PSI, I'm basically melting my tires. Now there is some awesome features here. On a side note, when I go motocamping, I like to take 3 forms of light. One is a headlamp, one is a little accordion-like lantern, and another one is a handheld flashlight. Well, this air pump also doubles as your handheld flashlight. You can unscrew the air nozzle and walk around with the wand itself. It's not overly bright, so it's perfect when it's the middle of the night and you're walking around, making sure you're not stepping on snakes, etc., and you don't really want to bother your other campers. This particular pump saved me in a jam once when I was riding. I was motocamping, I had the Tenere all packed up, I had 30 PSI, and then I hit the sand. Well, I forgot my air pressure gauge, so what I did was I screwed this on lightly, dropped my PSI all the way down, pressed the digital up to 15 PSI, and allowed it to pump the Tenere right back up to the ideal pressure for this type of terrain with that load. So overall, this thing saved me, and I think it's definitely worth looking at. And it'll fit right in your Climb Arsenal 15 backpack. Gear item number 3, that is these straps. These particular straps are amazing. I'm sure you could get many other ones, but let me explain why these ones work great. If you travel with the bike, trailer, or truck, you're going to need some sort of strap. Firstly, unlike other straps, these ones use D-rings exclusively instead of hooks, so you never have to worry about if something bounces around, gets any slack, if it's going to disconnect. The D-rings just lock in, they spring back into place, they're very good. Also, the quality of the strap and the ratchet are very good. Top-notch stuff here. I do like how the straps are not overly long, so you don't have a load of extra strap to tie around. But one of the biggest features is how the strap lanyards and loops onto itself. I can give you a little demonstration. As it goes around your handlebars, the soft material locks into itself, and therefore avoiding scratches on your fenders or your beautiful motorcycle. They come in a box of a pair, and that's probably all you'll ever need. You could use whatever other tie-down method for any other part of the bike that you felt necessary, but I think these are absolutely necessary for the front of your motorcycle. motorcycle. No matter what tie-down system you use, these are great, even if it's a rack on the back of your pickup truck. So I highly recommend these, and I use these all the time. Number 4 is these balancing beads. These things are great. So I mount and balance my own tires. I have a balancing stand, and generally I use spoke weights. Well, sometimes you can't get it just perfect, which is, fine for a dual sport. But if you're a perfectionist and you want it to be perfect and you want no extra road vibrations, you might end up putting 6 of these weights on the rim just to make it perfect. So what I do now is I add 1 or 2 weights, get it almost perfect, then I use these beads. And the great thing about these beads is they also come with a valve core that has a little filter so the beads can't push back up and jam up your valve core. The science behind them is basically centrifugal force pushes them all to the edges, and they'll completely balance your tire under motion. They make buttery smooth dual sporting on the road. I did some research online, and basically you need 1 ounce of these beads for every 13 pounds of tire. Well, that's kind of perfect because the standard 120/90/18 dual sport tire weighs just under 13 pounds. So you could put just 1 ounce of these in here, and as long as you're pretty close to balance at the door, these things will work perfect. Or you could put a little more if you want to go to overkill, because it's not that much added weight. The only one weird thing about these is you kind of put them in this bottle with this tube and you pump them into the valve stem after you take the valve core out, and it's kind of a pain. It's tedious, it takes a little while, it's not that bad, but it's just something to note. I think these are a great product. I bought 2 sets. At first I didn't realize the little valve filter was inside the bag, so if you do buy them, look for that inside the bag. So you have to open it the first time to see the little valve core in there. Alright, number 5. Man, I have so many items I could talk about here, but I wanted to limit to 5. So my 5th pick would be this cool little waterproof GPS mount. Why do I like this? You may be thinking, well, my GPS comes with a mount, it's waterproof, I don't need anything else. And you're absolutely right. But if you're not looking to pay $400 to $800 on a GPS, then this is probably your solution. This little 5-inch screen mount enables you to buy an inexpensive car GPS and mount it on your bike, not have to worry about water issues or how you're going to rig it up. It keeps it nice, secure, and protected. I was able to pick up an older Garmin for $80 and put some maps on it, and it worked out great. This can save you a ton of money. What I also like is they have this little hole so you can constantly charge it, and they include this foam in the back which will fit whatever thickness your GPS is to push it tight against the screen so you can still operate the touch screen through the plastic lining. Overall, this little item's great. So you're looking at now a whole GPS setup for about $100, and even if you just like to ride and explore and you have no destination in mind, you could just load up some maps and just watch where you're going on the GPS, and that's actually really interesting too, to find some awesome spots like watering holes and other things that you might want to see. So I highly recommend this product. It's only $20, and it's definitely a cool thing for the price. Alright guys, well that's my top 5 items, and man, I have so many more I would like to talk about. I just don't want to make this video too long and crazy. I don't even know who would watch that long or who's watching this long. Probably nobody. But anyway, if I had to pick 5 items that I would like to introduce people to straight off the bat, these are those items. And like I said, if you want any of these items, check out my Amazon store. At no cost to you, I'll get a little kickback. But as usual, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found this video informative. And if you have, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. We have new content coming out constantly. And thank you to my first 3 patrons. You guys are awesome and supporting me in the beginning. So thank you guys. My name is Andrew. Stay safe out there.